Hi, my name is Leslie, and I am an artist turned MTG collector. And today I'm going to go over my favorite full art lands from 2025. Lands are basically the cornerstone of the game. Like, without lands, you can't really play. You can't cast cards. So, Magic seems to take a lot of time to design each illustration for the cards, and from that have come really like amazing and stunning art. So I thought I'd sit down and go through all of the lands. Now I can probably sit here and talk about lands for days, but I don't know if you want to sit through a whole video of me rambling, so I decided to break down the cards by year. So there might be a 2024 one. There definitely will be a 2024 one because I think that's when Bloom Barrow came out, but you get the idea. So yeah, basically I'll just go through all of my, all of the full art lands and then rank my top faves with different categories that I have. So yeah, like I was saying, the different lands, they depict the set, like the different landscapes of each set. So you have really nice lush trees and bodies of water like lakes and oceans, mountains, and dragon eyes. So stay with me as I go through all of the art from 2025 and give my perspective on each of them. Okay, let's get started. I'm really excited about this. As you can see on the screen, I have all of the land, all of the full art land from 2025, and it's so cool. I love land cards. So I have them all in order. The first set to actually come out in 2025 was Innistrad, but they didn't have any full art lands that I could find, so I didn't include any of those. So we're actually going to start from Aetherdrift, and then from there we have Tarkir, Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, Spiderman, and then Avatar the Last Airbender. So like I said, this is all of the land, and then as we go up, I have all of the tiers. So the first one I have is Take Me There Now, because there's some lands that I just really find so beautiful that I just want to go there, and it'd be amazing to see in person, like if it was in real life. So that's the top tier. Next we have Nice. Nice is art that, you know, like a place I probably don't want to visit, or it's not as cool, but they did a really good job like executing it, and all of the elements of art and stuff are on point, so that's nice. Next we have, I see what you did there. So this one is like, it's not my favorite, it's not the best, but you can tell that they put some effort into making something cool or something unique. So that's that category. Next, it's a land. So it's like, it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. There aren't elements from just like, why did you include that, or that doesn't look good together. It's just, it's serving its perfect purpose. Like it's land. Okay, and then last one is, what about that shadowy place? So that's these are places where I just no thanks. I don't like the way it looks. I don't want to go there. I hate it. Well, hate is a strong word. It is a really strong word, but it doesn't fit my taste. So that's what that last category is. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first off, I have them in plain, island, swamp, mountain, and forest order. So we're going to start with Aetherdrift. We're going to start with Aetherdrift, and here we have the plains. So I actually am a huge fan of ancient Egyptian aesthetics. So I love that they have the Sphinx in the background and like the different pyramids floating. It's awesome. I also like when there's teal and orange like mixed, or not mixed together, but when they're like in the same image. I like the color combination. So I'm actually going to put this in nice. I'll give it a nice. It's a racetrack. I don't know if I want to go there. Oh, man, maybe I do. Actually, if this was like in real life, I'd actually want to try to see it. So I think I'm gonna put this and Take Me There Now. Okay. Moving on, we have the islands. so that's a huge drop. I don't like this. Like, there's a boat car thing, and it's raining, and there are like hill rock things. I don't like what's going on here. So I'm gonna put that in one of that shadowy place. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Okay, next we have the swamp. This is also gonna go in. What about that shadowy place? Now usually I do like when there's like a really dark background and there's neon colors, but that green is not neon, it's a little too dark, and I just don't like the way it works with the other like colors like the blue and the orange and purple. Also, the architecture, just I'm not sold on that. Like I don't like the curves and then like the sharp spikes and the globe looking things. No thanks. No thank you. Okay, moving on, we have the mountain. It's a land. I see a sun and some clouds and what I think might be hills or mountains. You can barely see the vehicle. You can barely see the track. It's a land. It's serving its purpose, but I don't really care for it. Next, this one, the forest, I kind of like better than the mountain because you can tell it's a forest. It's pretty obvious, but it's not really doing anything special, so I'm gonna put it in It's a Land. Again, it's serving its purpose. It looks like a forest, but meh. Okay, so next we are going to go into Tarkir. So I've heard a lot of good things about this set. I know a lot of people really like this one, and I actually didn't know about these lands until someone showed me, so I love these. I like how you can see the shadow of the dragon. So starting off with the plains, I'm gonna put this in It's a Land. Mainly because you can't really tell that it's the dragon shadow. Like it kind of looks like the dunes, like the shadows. It's hard to tell that that's a dragon. Again, like I like the sand representing the plain, so you know it's serving its purpose, but yeah, it's not very well executed for the shadow. The island, on the other hand, I like the way they did this one, and blue is my favorite color, so I'm gonna put it in nice. Like I said, very biased in this video. But yeah, I like the ominous shadow on this one, and also like the different waterfalls. That's really pretty, so I'm putting this in nice. I don't know, now I'm thinking, should I put it in Take Me There? Maybe. That's a lot of sharp rocks, though. I think I'll just keep that in nice. Okay, moving on, we have the swamp. Again, I really like this one too. I'm gonna put this in I don't know. I'll put this in I See What You Did There, because you can definitely tell it's a dragon, and I particularly like the way they have like the spiked tail on this one, but the area around it, it's okay. Now, from like an artist standpoint, I do like how this area is kind of like lighter, and then this area is like darker around, so you can really, the tail really pops here, and also like the dragon shadow, but it's okay. Okay, next we have the forest. So oh nope, oh no, wrong, mountain, sorry. gotta stay in order. The mountain, mountain I'm going to put in nice, because it kind of does what the swamp does. Yeah, it does what the swamp does. Where you have the it's easy to tell the shadow because of like the clouds in the middle of the, what I'm assuming is a volcano, and also like the surrounding edges, it doesn't kind of just like fade into black. You have the lava on the side, and that looks really cool, and then you have like the spiky rocks, and it really feels like a mountain, and then you have the dragon. It seems like a two-headed dragon too. Like you can tell like what the dragon might look like, so that's really cool. So I'm gonna put that in nice. Okay, now we have the forest. This one I'm gonna put in I see what you did there, because you again, it's pretty easy to tell the dragon, but not as clearly as these two. But it looks like a forest, and I love like the way they the artist painted out the treetops, and yeah, it looks really cool. So that is the first set of lands for sorry, Tarkir, yeah. Now we have the famed dragon eyes. I hope I don't make anyone mad, but I'm gonna put all of these in. I see what you did there. Okay, now it looks cool, but I'm not a fan of the saturated colors. Like every color in each of these images are really saturated, and it makes the land kind of stick out because it's black. So or the land symbols, I should say. Everything being saturated creates contrast with the different symbols, so it's easy to tell. Also, them being on eyes is really cool, but for me personally, I'm just not a fan of the saturation. And then like all of the details, it's like very sharp and saturated. I'm sorry. Great execution. I'm gonna put it in I see what you did there because they did a nice job with it, but just personally, not my favorite land. Okay, moving on. Okay, next we have the famed Final Fantasy Universes Beyond set that came out in June 13th. I'm gonna have to be 100% honest. I don't know too much about Final Fantasy. I know the Final Fantasy 7 characters, like the main ones, so that's my extent. Now I watched cutscenes from every Final Fantasy and went through like the summary just to get an idea of what the story was, but I don't remember much. I just know, I think one of the planes is from Final Fantasy 15, I want to say. That's all I remember, and everything else I have no idea, so bear with me as I go through all of these because there's a lot. Okay, first we have the Chocobo track land. I thought this was a pretty cool idea. What is it? It's raised. Is it raised foil? I want to say. I'm not sure. It's but the feet give off or the tracks give off a texture, and I thought that was really cool, especially for like fans of the series. I'm pretty sure they appreciated that detail. And then you have the little outline of, not the outline, but the silhouette of the chocobo in the middle, so that's really cool. As far as the art itself, let me just go one by one. So the plains, it looks like a forest, and it's like it's pretty, but as far as the concept and execution, I'm gonna have to give it it's a land, because you can't really, it's hard to tell. And I don't know if it's just because the image like on the screen, maybe in person like you can see it better, but what I have right now, it's like it's okay, it's a land. Okay, next going to the island. Okay, looking at it closely, you can tell it's an island. Again, nothing like spectacular, so it's a land. Next we have the swamp. I like this one. Yeah, I think this does well because it looks like a swamp, especially with like the I don't know what they're called. I want to call them leaves, but I don't think they are. But the things hanging from the tree branches, it gives off like a swamp vibe, and then you have like the water at the bottom, and like the tree on the left, it's mostly black, and I think that's really cool. So this one I'm going to put in nice. Okay. Next we have the mountain. There's a mountain at least. And that's all I can say about this, so I'm gonna put it in it's a land. Good for you for having a mountain, but yeah, not much to say about that one. Next we have the forest. See, I personally would have switched the forest with the plain because you have the huts, and the huts usually have like the brown, like light brown, and then it looks like the actual buildings are kind of white. So if they didn't, I don't think they really had to like tint this green. They could have just had like the natural like hay and straw like color, and then you would have had like the treetops from the plain. So again, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not gonna put it in like, what about that shadowy place, but I think it's a land. Okay, now moving on to the other full art lands. They did 3 of each, so that's like 15 lands that we're about to go through just for Final Fantasy. Now, like I said, I don't know what these places represent except for one of the planes, but they do look really nice, so I'm actually excited to go through all of these. So first off, we have the planes. So I did say I was excited except for this one. I don't like this. I don't know what this is, and it's so basic. Like, you just have orange and then blue and green. I'm gonna put this in what about that shadowy place because I just don't like it. It just, yeah, the thumbnail, everything is that, no thank you. So moving on, we have our other planes. We have 7th Heaven. If I'm not mistaken, this is from 7 maybe. Yeah, I kind of wish they had the oh it does. Okay, I was about to say I wish they had the game title at the bottom, but they do, and it's from 7. Cool. I like this. I'm not mad at it, but it's not, do I put it in nice or do I put it, you know, I'll put it in nice because it's not like that great, so I can't put it in nice. See what you did there, and it's kind of cool, so I'm gonna put it in nice. Okay, next, again, I've said this maybe like 3 times now. This is the only thing I recognize, and I might be biased here, but I really like this. I love the highway. It's giving plain vibes, and I love when there's you have like the sky and the clouds, and then just like landscape at the bottom, especially with like the desert. I think that's really cool. So I'm gonna put this in. I'll put it in nice. I don't think I want to put it in Take Me There because it's a desert, and it kind of reminds me, I don't know if anyone's driven from California to Nevada, if you know what I'm talking about, that really long drive, and it's just like highway. It kind of reminds me of that. I don't want to visit that, so I've been there, I've done that multiple times, so yeah, let's put it in nice. Okay, moving on to the islands. We have what it looks like a statue underwater. So I'll give it points for it showing water. Hopefully this isn't like some major plot point that I don't understand, but I'm gonna put this in it's a land because beyond just the symbolic, the whatever the statue represents, it's just a blue card underwater. On the other hand, this one, I wish I knew. Final Fantasy X. Is that the, oh shoot, I don't know her name. I want to say Yuna. Like, she has like the yellow like long sleeves. I don't know. I hope that's her. Anyway, I like this one. This one's really nice. This is, oh, stop. Okay, this, where did it go? Oh no. Oh, yeah, definitely not going there. It's going, it's going up here to Take Me There now. Like, who wouldn't want to go there? It's so pretty. And yeah, I'm like a sucker for island images. That used to be like my main desktop background when I was younger. Like, I'd always try to find a nice island or like beach picture to put on my desktop. So yeah, this is really nice. I love this one. Okay, all right, moving on. We have the last island. I see there's like a pantheon looking place, so that's kind of cool. And it's really well executed. I'm just gonna put it in it's a land, and just keep it at that. There's not really much to say about this. I do, like I said, I kind of like how there's like ancient architecture with the modern architecture of the lighthouse, and I do love the way they did the ocean. Now, I think I'll just put it nice. I'll just put it there. It's nice. I have a lot of nice things to say about it. Okay. Next we have the swap. Oh, this one is pretty cool. I like this one. I think I'm gonna put this one in nice. I like how there's a dragon on the structure, and I like the crystal looking things at the bottom, and also the moon, like the eclipse moon. I think that's really cool, and I like how subtle it is. How like the blue light hits the dragon. It's pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in there. Next we have the next swamp. This one, I don't know what to say about this one. It's pretty. I love like the blue, like you have different hues of blue too. Like you have a really deep like indigo blue, and then you have like a more teal like light blue, and then you have the green. And I love the way, let me put this down so I can like highlight what I'm talking about, but here you can see the light kind of going through. I don't know I think if anyone's ever done art or tried to paint, you probably heard of subsurface scattering. So it's basically when you have an item and its color, like it's like a solid thing, but some of the light goes through. So when you see it from like the shadow side, or even like the shadows, they have like a lot of the color of that object in it, and it's like it's a really pretty effect, and some people overuse it, but you can kind of see that in the crystals over here, and that's really pretty. And definitely don't want to go there, it looks scary, but I think the way they executed that was really nice. Okay, going on to the last one. This one's cool. I feel like this is a swamp card. I like this. So I'm gonna put this in nice. Like there's a what is it, a ship, what is it, graveyard, like a ship graveyard. That's cool. And it really gives off like the gritty like scariness of like black and what it represents. So yeah, it's really nice. Okay, moving on to the mountains. I don't like this one. It looks like something I would do in high school, or something I did in high school. And I need to be careful because I don't want to like bash on any of the artists, but I don't think it's a skill issue. I'm pretty sure like they had art direction and they made certain choices that they had to for this, but it's like the edges are really fuzzy and some of the colors are like really saturated where they don't really have to be, I think. It is a mountain, so it's not terrible. So I'm gonna put it in, it's a land, and we're gonna keep it moving. Okay, next, this one, again, it's probably, it might be like really significant to the plot, but I'm just gonna put it into land. There's not really much to say about that. Last mountain we have this. Now this one's cool. I'm going to put this in nice because I love that there's like lava spilling down, or I don't think that's lava. It's like the things are going on this side, but there's lava like spilling down on here. So that's awesome by itself. And then you can tell that they're in a mountain. I love like the bridge and like the arches here. That's really cool. Like part of me, if there wasn't like lava all over the place, I would say take me there now. But since there isn't, or since there is lava, I'm just gonna put it in nice and just like appreciate it. One thing I really love when artists draw like lava and like volcanoes is when they have the rocks like really black, and it really highlights the bright orangeness of the lava and like flames and everything. So yeah, I really like this one. Okay, finally we have our forest. I don't know why I keep saying mountains when it's forest. This one's nice. I'm going to put this in Take Me There Now. It's really giving like fantasy. Come on. You know, I had this where it was like, you can see the thing at the bottom. Okay, I should have done that earlier. Oh well. So anyway, yeah, I love this. This is really nice. It's really giving like a fairy tale forest, and the background, I like how there's like a tint of like purple and blue, and then in the foreground it's like really green and lush, and yeah, it's really pretty. And I love like the texture on the trees and the texture at like the bottom with the moss and everything. That's nice. Moving on to the second forest. It's opposite. It's a land. I think it's cool that they have like the chocobo at the bottom, but that's the only cool thing about this. It's a tree. They're trees and some roots. Yeah. Again, not much to say about it. Hey, come back. I'm back. And thankfully, it didn't move. Thankfully, all of the images that I put up here are still here. Okay, moving on. So, the one thing though, there's something missing. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit out of order, so please forgive me. It just, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, it's a tree. Next. Okay, so this is the last full art land from Final Fantasy, and we have a forest here. This one's cool. I think I'll put it in nice because it's a pretty solid like landscape image. I like the way they play with like the depth here, where, well, it's not really playing with depth, but they show the depth here, where you have like all of the details in one tree here, and then you have another tree here that's not as detailed, but it's like more lit than this one, and then in the background you have like a full tree, but you can't really see the details. But it kind of like gives focus to the characters here because of just the amount of light that it's like letting through in this area. Also, love water, so I love that inclusion of that, but it's not, doesn't feel like a island. It looks like a forest because you're in a forest, so putting that in, nice. Okay, all right, moving on to Edge of Eternities. I've heard good things about this set. I think a lot of people were skeptical about it because it was going into the future and going into outer space. I don't know if they did anything with like anything with sci-fi elements before, but this was just like not on like on Earth, I guess. I don't know if anything's on Earth, but you know what I'm trying to say. They're in the stars. They're out there in outer space. So people were skeptical, but I heard this one turned out to be a pretty solid set, so I'm excited to go through this one. Oh, you know, I did realize that I missed one from Final Fantasy. We have a waste here. I'm gonna put this one in nice. Yeah, I'll just put that one there. It looks nice. That's all I could say, because I love how they have like this weird little symbol on the mountain, and although I don't really know the story of Final Fantasy that well, I do like how you kind of get a sense of this being like an important place, and you have like the character here at the bottom, kind of approaching it with the wolf. Actually, I think I do know. I think this is Clive, if I'm not mistaken, from the latest Final Fantasy that came out. I don't know what the symbol means though, but I like the clouds that they have here and like the different mountains, and I love how muted the palette is. Like the only other color that you have is the blue, like in the corners here. And it really gives off like the waste that it's trying to portray. So yeah, that one's cool. Okay, now going to Edge of Eternities. Yeah, I'm kind of sad. I wish there were more lands here, and I think there were some other lands that came out maybe a couple of years ago that I thought were a part of the set but aren't actually. Oh, also note, these are like way into the video now, but I'm not in I didn't include anything from like the secret layers, so these are all just like the mainline sets from 2025. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out if you didn't know already. So yeah, going on to Edge of Eternities, we have the first plane here. Then I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's giving like a plains vibe. Like you have a grassy hill at the bottom, and then you have like the white clouds, but you have like these weird looking bold things. I'm gonna call them trees, but they really don't look like trees. But anyway, they're not bad, but I'm just gonna put it here, and it's a land, and now I have to like go smaller because we're running out of space. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's that. Nothing much to say about that one. I do like the shape of the clouds, so I have to admit that's pretty cool. And like when you zoom out, like looking at the thumbnail, and there's like nice shapes going on here, and it's nice to look at. So yeah, but I'll just put it in. It's a land. Next we have the island, and this one I am putting in Take Me There Now. I love this so much. I love the stars in the background. Again, I don't really know too much about these places, so hopefully it's not like some toxic area or something where you're not supposed to travel to, but if I could, I would definitely go here. I love the shape of the clouds here, like how some of them like form like circles, and they just kind of like curve in and curve this way and that way. That's really cool. I love these pockets of like really bright blue stars. Again, like I said, it's my favorite color, so having this here is really nice. And I don't know what this little structure is here, but it looks cool. Just the design, the shape language in this whole thing is really cool. I'm like going with the structure. I love how it like kind of curves and forms like this. It's almost like a star itself. Like that's really cool. So I'd love to see this in person. Okay, moving on to the swamp. Purple is my second favorite color. And I don't want to go there, but I'm definitely putting this in nice. That is so good. Like the rocks here, I love how there's like a carved pattern, and I don't know if it's carved or if it's like naturally forming, but the pattern on these rocks is so cool. And then just like the shape of them in general is really nice. And you have like this again, like the structure in the middle, and then like these rays or whatever coming out from the sides. That is sick. I really like that. And then like the stars in the back are purple. Part of me is like, it's a swamp, so I don't know if I want to go there, but if I could, I think I'm gonna put that in Take Me There Now. I'd love to see that in person if I could. And also like the light coming out at the bottom. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Like aside from islands and like tropical places, I love outer space and like stars and everything. So yeah, I'm really geeking out over some of these. Okay, moving on to the mountain. This one, it's cool, but it's not really doing anything for me. I kind of how like it's following the other ones where you have the colored stars in the sky, but I think I'm just gonna put this in It's a Land because it's like it's doing what it needs to do. It's red. You can probably tell it's a mountain, but and it's okay. It looks cool. It doesn't look bad, but it's okay. All right, moving on to the last one. We have the forest. This one is cool. I like this one. I don't know if I want to go there because I hate rainy days when I have to go out. When I have to stay in, I'll listen to the rain, look outside. I like the rain sounds. I just don't like walking in the rain, so I'm just gonna put this in nice. Yeah, I love the rainforest vibes here, and like the clouds in the background, and you have the different what is they're not like spaceships, but you know what I mean, like the flying things. I know there's a word, but it's not coming out. I don't know, but yeah, you have these things flying around. I think that's really cool with how they have like the streaks coming out from them. They're like colored, so it's really cool. And then you have like the foliage, and the way they did the trees is really nice here. Again, like with this one, you can see the subsurface scattering with that really rich green coming from the leaf over here in the middle. And yeah, it's nice. Okay, now we are coming to everyone's favorite set, Spiderman. No, I'm joking. I know everyone wanted to dunk on this. Again, with the dragon eyes, I'm just gonna put this in I See What You Did There because I think it was a pretty cool idea having like the web be the shape of the different symbols. But and that's it. And I'm not gonna put in that it's a land because, like I said, it's a pretty cool concept, and it goes with Spider-Man, and it's kind of like a land. Now I can talk a little bit about like the images that they chose in the background. So for the plane, it looks like maybe a sunrise, and it gives you like that kind of washed out like orange look to give you the color. I think one thing they did really well was color code each of these, so it's really easy to tell what each of these are. So that's cool. Just having like the sunrise there. For island, that one's not as cool. It just looks like they had a picture of the city, and then I guess you can say it's like the sunset, I guess, but it's just blue over some buildings and water, so it's okay. For the swamp, again, like they could have put like an alleyway or something. This almost looks like a bus stop or something, or like a subway stop like outside. It's okay. For the mountain, that's kind of cool. Like if you had to stick within the city, like having like a factory, like a plant, and then having the smoke come out and it's like the red colors is cool. And then you have the forest. Forest is cool. You have like the park, so that works for what it's supposed to do. But again, I think like the webs creating the symbols is like the biggest selling point for this one. Okay, so that's it. And we are down to our very last set now. I am a very big Avatar the Last Airbender fan. I'm not, I won't say like it's #1 fan, but I did watch it growing up, and I've gone through like each of the episodes. I think I've seen them maybe like 3 times, and I love to talk about it. So yeah, I'm excited to end on these. So you have only 2 this time. They kept it to 2 instead of doing 3, so there's that. So you have the Appa lands, and then you have the Momo lands, and then you have just a couple of regular ones, because I don't know why they couldn't put Momo in the mountain or the forest, but there's that. So let me get to it. For the plane, I think this really works. Here you have like the outskirts of Ba Sing Se, where you have the different fields at the bottom, and I think that really goes well with the planes. And I like how they have I'm gonna say sunrise, maybe sunset, I don't know, but I think it's sunrise. And you have like that wash of like light orange. I think that's really cool. So I'm going to put this in nice. And I like how in all of these you have like Appa flying over different areas. I think that was a really cool idea for that one. Going on to the island, I don't like the island that they chose here. So here you have the warship, like an abandoned warship, and it's, I don't know. It doesn't, I wish it was more blue, and there's definitely some other places where they could have chosen for the island. And it's like, I don't, it's okay. I'm gonna put it in, it's a land, because there's some water, and it's going with the island theme, but it's okay. And then with the swamp, I like how they have an actual swamp. And I love the way the artist painted like the night sky here, where you have like the subtlety of the clouds, and like the moon here, and it's outlining the edge of the clouds. And then, like I said, this is an actual swamp, so I was really like how they did that. I'm gonna put that in. I see what you did there, because aside from that, like the details aren't really there. It's not like the nicest one, but I like how they paid attention to like the story and the different places from the world. So yeah, I'll put that there. Moving on to the mountain. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was from the finale where Aang fought the main villain of the story, Ozai. I don't know if I want to put it in. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in. It's a land. I do like the way this one is painted. Like the colors are really nice, and you can tell what everything is. It's really clear. It's executed well, but it's like it's okay as far as it being like a land card. Now I'm wondering, should I put it in? I'll just keep it there. It's a land. Okay, next we have the forest. This is the air temple. I'm not sure if it's the northern air temple or the southern air temple or one of the other ones, but The only thing is it's like it's not really a forest, it's just like green mountains, and it's like I think I'm gonna put it in it's a land. It's not like great, it's not terrible, but it's okay. um okay, next we have the Momo lands. These, I love this one. I think I'm gonna put this one in Take Me There Now if I can get to it. Oh no, how do you scroll up? Shoot. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in Take Me There Now. I'm actually not really sure what this place is supposed to be. I think some of the ones from Momo are more like generic places, if I'm not mistaken. This is just based on the symbol. I think this is from the Earth Kingdom, but I don't know like where exactly. I like this one because the way it has like a very graphic look to it, but it's also really detailed at the same time, and there's like a lot of like big blocky shapes, but like once you get into the foreground and you have like these structures here, like I love the way these are painted. And then just the way the grass is colored, like it's really dry, and you have the sky that's yellow for whatever reason. It works. And I'd love to just like see these structures in person, so I'm gonna put that in Take Me There Now. Next we have the island. This is also going in Take Me There Now. This one is really pretty. I like how it's not really saturated, like it's a little washed out, but it works well with making like a cohesive piece. And who doesn't like a water fountain, or I mean a waterfall. Water fountain. A waterfall. Yeah, that's really nice, and it kind of like leads into the river here, and you have like Momo just hanging out. That's really cool. Yeah, I'd love to visit a place like this, and I think this is well drawn or well painted. Next we have the swamp. This, I definitely don't want to go here. And I don't know, it's like it's not a swamp, but I do like the idea of the sewer kind of depicting a swamp. And this is something they probably could have done with Spider-Man also, because I'm pretty sure they've visited the sewer a few times. But yeah, I love this, and I'm going to put this in nice. Just, I like how they kept it like a really muted color palette where it's just like black, and then you have like that really like eerie like, green, like gray green. It's really cool. And then Momo's down here for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, that's really nice. Okay, next, second to last, we have the mountain. It's a mountain, so I'm just gonna put it in. It's a land. I think this one was also well executed. And let me check to see if, yeah, I was gonna say it looks like the art style really matches the one up here, the plains, and it's actually done by the same artist. So yeah, it looks nice. And again, I like the shapes and the colors that they use for this. I love how graphic it is, but it's also detailed. But it's just a mountain. And it's not really doing anything cool, and I don't really care about visiting it. So yeah, we'll just put that there. Okay, and the very last full art land from the main sets of 2025, we have the Lion Turtle Forest. This one, some people kind of debate on whether this was a good idea to include this creature. So as you can see, there's like a lion head, so it's just like a really big lion sea turtle, just like swimming around. It's part of like the spirit world. It's just more stuff about the story of Avatar. But as far as it being on the magic card, it's pretty cool, and it's well painted, so I'm just gonna put it in nice. Yeah, I like the green here. Like the green in the whole card is not really forced. Like you have the water down here, and just given the size of the creature, like it's really likely that the green would reflect into the water and make it like tint it green. So I think that's really cool how they had that. Sorry. And then I like how they had like the lion head, just to show it's like really subtle what it is, but the way it's painted and the color choices are really nice, so I'm going to put it in nice. Okay, and yeah, that is going to do it for that. So here are all of the lands from 2025 ranked based on what I like and what I found cool. I'm surprised, but also happy I only have like 3 in like the lowest tier, and then I have 7 in like the top tier. So yeah, again, like they know what they're doing. they really care about like the art for each of these cards, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see all of them. Um, Even though like all of them aren't my favorite, I do appreciate like what they did and the concepts that they played with for each set, and how they represent like the stories, and how they represent like the different colors, and the different features of each land and what they're supposed to be. So yeah. Alright, so that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much if you stayed for this long. I hope you enjoyed looking through all of the wonderful art that came out of 2025 with me. I will definitely be doing the other years. Like I said, I'm really looking for 2024 and looking at the different Bloom Barrel cards and whatever else came out that year. um, and yeah, I'll definitely be doing 2026. I'll probably have that out later this year, and for some reason I'm craving pizza. But anyway, thanks again for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to see more from me. Yeah, I did 3 Lauren videos, so please like go check those out if you want to see me open some packs and just talk about the different art that came out of that set. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.